Set? Okay, I'd like to call the town board meeting of November 8th, 2023 to order. Please rise and join us for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for a moment of silence to remember those who served our country in the past and for those who continue to protect our country today. Thank you. Please note the emergency exits are the door you came in, and the doors at the end of the hall, and the doors behind us. Okay, do you know what time it is?
7:04.
Oh, okay. So, because the first one starts at 7:05. So I'll just run
7:05.
through. Oh, 7:05, okay.
Good timing.
Good timing. Okay. So at this time, I make a motion to open the public hearing on the 2024 Dover Ridge Water Sewer Assessment Rolls at
7:05 p.m.
Okay. I'll second. Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Do we have any written comments
Not on
the assessment rolls? Okay. So the assessment rolls, I'm going to get to that. 4. Whereas the assessor to the town of Beekman has completed and filed the assessment roll for Dover Ridge Water and Sewer District pursuant to Article 15 of New York State Town Law, and whereas a public hearing is held on November 8th for the Dover Ridge roll. We're going to adopt it tonight. There are no increases from last year in the water and sewer rates for the Dover Ridge special districts.
The assessments.
The assessments. Thank you. On the assessments, for that clarity. If there's no written comments, is anybody here to speak on that tonight? Where's those sheets? Up here. Let's see. I'm gonna sign up for Dover Ridge.
I don't think they did.
Nope, nobody did. Okay. Any comments here? Okay, then I make a motion to close the public hearing for the Dover Ridge Water and Sewer Assessment rolls at
7:06.
7:06.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. And then our next one starts at 7:15. So I'm going to go through and do some of the early work on the agenda items. Let's see, resolution number 1 is our town board minutes. And then resolution number 2 is authorizing the renewal of the intermunicipal procurement between the County of Dutchess and the Town of Beekman. This has been a really beneficial for the town to partner with Dutchess County. It controls the cost for a variety of services that they offer, so that's been very helpful. Resolution number 3 is awarding the bids for the 2024 highway materials. And as I said, resolution number 4 is approving the Dover Ridge Water and Sewer. Resolution number 5 authorizes an addendum to extend the salt shed agreement between the County of Dutchess and the Town of Beekman. We're going to be continuing our shared service agreement until March 31st. We're also in conversations with the county, as it's a shared facility, in terms of upkeep and some renovation work that's due. Resolution number 6 is we're authorizing the sale of a piece of equipment that the highway superintendent requested to go out to auction. Resolution number 7 is another request from the highway superintendent to replace and approve a yoke shaft replacement for a highway truck B12, one of our big trucks that go out in the snow. The 3 bids were, the bid that the highway superintendent has requested is from Alliance Trucks, and that's for $4,715.44. A bid from Fabco was $7,550.49, and from DG Truck Parts, $4,914.47. And then we have our payment of claims. What time do you have?
7:09.
Okay, so then, let's see, public comment for agenda items. Public comment, 3 minutes. This is our agenda items, no one signed up for that. So I will, I think what we'll do is we'll read a couple of resolutions, and then
Okay.
we'll stop for the public hearing, okay? If you want to start.
Whereas Deputy Town Clerk Amy Gertz has provided copies of the minutes of the October 24th, 2023 Town Board meeting to all members of the Beekman Town Board, and whereas Town Board members have had the opportunity to review said minutes, now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board hereby accepts the minutes of the October 24th, 2023 Town Board meeting.
I'll second it.
Okay, town board discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Councilman Stiegler?
Aye.
Councilman Bettalini?
Aye.
Councilman Limek?
Aye.
Councilwoman Warman?
Aye.
Supervisor Cavucci?
Aye.
Resolution passes.
Okay, this is the intermunicipal procurement. Whereas Section 301G of the Dutchess County Administrative Code permits the county executive or his designee to, upon the request of any city, town, village, school district, or other unit of local government, provide central purchasing services for all or part of its purchases, upon such conditions as may be prescribed by the county legislator. And whereas by resolution number 2016-290, the Dutchess County Legislature authorized the county executive or his designee to enter into a shared services contract with any city, town, village, school district, or other unit of local government who requested that the county assisted with certain purchases of services, and whereas by resolution number 2016-290, the Dutchess County Legislature has prescribed conditions under which Dutchess County can provide central purchasing services to other units of local government, and whereas the Town of Beekman has requested that the County of Dutchess assist it with central purchasing services. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Beekman hereby authorizes the supervisor to extend the intermunicipal agreement with the County of Dutchess for the purpose of providing central purchasing services. This extension shall be effective from November 1st, 2023, and shall terminate on October 31st, 2024.
I'll second. Town board discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Councilman Stiegler?
Aye.
Councilman Bettalini?
Aye.
Councilman Limek?
Aye.
Councilwoman Warman?
Aye.
Supervisor Cavucci?
Aye.
Resolution passes.
Whereas an authorization was given for the town clerk to advertise for bids for the year 2024, and whereas said bids were received, opened, and read publicly on October 17, 2023, and have been reviewed by the highway superintendent and town clerk, now therefore be it resolved that the bids hereby awarded as recommended by the highway superintendent as attached herewith.
I'll second that.
Town board discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Just really quick, I believe that the opening was on October 30th.
Okay, then let's do a, is
wondering
that
if that was the
definite?
correct-
Okay, so that's a definite?
Because it was the day before Halloween.
Okay, so let's make a friendly, can you make a friendly amendment to,
I make a friendly amendment that the date of the opening of the bids be changed from October 17th to October 30th.
the second?
Second.
Town board, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, now back to, that we've corrected it. Who seconded the original resolution? Ezio?
Frank?
I
Oh,
did.
Frank, okay. Town board discussion? Okay, hearing none, roll call vote?
Councilman Stiegler?
Aye.
Councilman Bettalini?
Aye.
Councilman Limek?
Aye.
Councilwoman Warman?
Aye.
Supervisor Cavucci?
Aye.
Resolution passes.
Whereas the assessor to the Town of Beekman has completed and filled the assessment roll for the Dover Ridge Water and Sewer District pursuant to Article 15 of the New York State Town Law, and whereas a public hearing was held on November 8th, 2023 for the Dover Ridge assessment roll, now therefore be it resolved that the Dover Ridge Sewer District assessment roll be hereby affirmed and adopted as originally proposed and filed in the office of the town clerk of the Town of Beekman, and be it further resolved, the supervisor be and hereby is directed to transmit a copy of said assessment roll to the Board of Legislators of the county and be levied and assessed upon the lots and parcels of lands listed in said assessment roll, at the time and in the manner provided by law of the state, county, and town taxes.
I'll second.
Town board discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Councilman Stiegler?
Aye.
Councilman Badalini?
Aye.
Councilman Limak?
Aye.
Councilwoman Warman?
Aye.
Supervisor Cavucci?
Aye.
Resolution passes.
Can I just ask the time?
7:14.
Okay, we could go. Go ahead.
Go? Okay. Whereas Dutchess County and the Town of Beekman entered into an agreement to share construction and uses of a sand/salt storage and distribution facility, the salt shed, commencing a 15-year term on August 26, 1992, which agreement was extended for an additional 15 years, and which agreement was extended for an additional 6-month period from September 1st, 2022 to March 31st, 2023. And whereas the county and the town mutually recognize that the need for a continued joint operation of the existing salt shed, now therefore be it resolved that the town board of the town of Beekman hereby authorizes the supervisor to extend the agreement with the county of Dutchess for a period of 5 months, commencing on November 8th, 2023, and ending on March 31st, 2024.
I'll second.
Town board discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Councilman Stiegler?
Aye.
Councilman Badalini?
Aye.
Councilman Limak?
Aye.
Councilwoman Warman?
Aye.
And Supervisor Cavucci?
Aye.
Resolution passes.
We do another one,
7:15.
Ready to open the... Ready to open.
Yeah, we're gonna go. Okay. I make a motion to open, I just want to make sure I have everything. I make a motion to open the public hearing for the 2024 Town of Beekman preliminary budget at 7:15.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. It is opened. Can I just ask you, I should have asked for the other public hearing, if you had done all the publications for it? Okay, just to have it on the
For
record.
both.
I knew you did, but yeah, because I read them.
That's fine, for
Okay.
both.
So I'm going to ask you, did you make the affidavit of publication an official notice
I did.
for this public hearing? Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Okay, so at this time, I'm going to ask the town clerk if she's received any written comments.
I have one written comment.
Okay, and could you read them into the record?
I feel that the proposed town board budget for 2024, as outlined in the resolution number 10-24-23-7, was voted on and approved at the meeting of October 24th, 2023, by the town board members that were in attendance, even after I made inquiry as to the reason for increase in the general fund. As it was explained to me that the increases were proposed because of a 3% pay increase for those 5 separate fund numbers: A1-10-0100, A-1110-0100, A1330-0100, A1410-0100, A5010-0100, A9010-0800. It is my feeling that any pay salary should be known to the residents of the town of Beekman, since we are taxpayers and deserve to know this information as you go forward with the business of running our town. What, therefore, is the reason for even having public hearing, since the town board members have already approved their raise? I admit it is very sad that the residents of the town do not attend board meetings on which someone is allowed 3 minutes to articulate their comments during the public comment portion of the meeting. There are very few written correspondence, if any, to the public hearings held by the town board. I am fully aware that the dedicated employees should be remunerated for their services. All I ask that you be more transparent in conducting the business of the town of Beekman. Finally, this public hearing represents the amended and filing of the 2024 tentative budget. I feel the public hearing should be continued to at least the next town board meeting, that a notice be placed in public areas such as banks, supermarket, and stores, even though you may publish it in the Poughkeepsie Journal or assume that all residents in our town have access to the telecommunication, cell phone, or computers, to allow for additional public comment. Very truly yours, Leonard Jerem, 112 Fire Drive.
Thank you. Okay, I don't have anyone signed up for public hearing comment on the budget. Do we have any comments on the budget here? Okay. And so at this point, then, I'm going to leave the public hearing and close it. I make a motion to close the public hearing at
7:18.
Second.
7:18, second, okay. Roll call vote, please.
Councilman Stiegler?
Aye.
Councilman Badalini?
Aye.
Councilman Limak?
Aye.
Councilwoman Warman?
Aye.
And Supervisor Cavucci?
Aye.
Resolution passes.
So who's next?
I think Werner's on.
You're on.
I finished, yeah.
Okay. Whereas the Highway Department has one Model T 2000 True Line Striper that no longer works and can be sold, and whereas the Town Board is desirous in disposing of this equipment, now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board hereby authorizes Tony Coviello, Highway Superintendent, to place the item for sale at auction.
I'll second that.
Okay, town board discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Councilman Stiegler?
Aye.
Councilman Badalini?
Aye.
Councilman Limak?
Aye.
Councilwoman Warman?
Aye.
Supervisor Cavucci?
Aye.
Resolution passes.
Whereas the Town of Beekman Highway Superintendent has submitted requests for replacement of the outer shaft assembly yoke for a 1999 International truck known as B12. Whereas the Town of Beekman Highway Superintendent has solicited quotes in conformity with its purchasing policy from 3 vendors and has determined that a purchase quote from Allegiance Trucks Hudson Valley is in the best interest of the town. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Beekman does hereby accept the quote from Allegiance Trucks Hudson Valley for the purchase of the outer shaft assembly yoke in the amount of $4,715.44, and be further resolved that the purchase will come out of the highway vehicle repairs budget line.
I'll second.
The town board discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Councilman Stiegler?
Aye.
Councilman Badalini?
Aye.
Councilman Limak?
Aye.
Councilwoman Warman?
Aye.
Supervisor Cavucci?
Aye.
Resolution passes.
Whereas the bookkeeper has audited and approved claims pursuant to Section 119 of Town Law, as set forth in the attached abstracts, be it resolved that the payment therefore is hereby authorized as follows. Claims to be paid from the A General Fund, $51,528.40. Claims to be paid from the DA Highway Fund, $22,656.77. Claims to be paid from the SS Dover Ridge Sewer District, $8,785.81. Claims to be paid from the SW Dover Ridge Water District, $8,347.47. Claims to be paid from the T-Trust and Agency Fund, $250. Claims to be paid from the H Capital Fund, $135, for a total of $91,703.45. 10/26/23 payroll number 22, General Fund, $34,967.07. Highway Fund, $19,350.93, for a total of $54,318.
I'll second it.
Okay. Town board discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Councilman Stiegler?
Aye.
Councilman Badalini?
Aye.
Councilman Limak?
I'm going to have to abstain. I didn't have a chance to make it in and go over the claims.
Councilwoman Warman?
Aye.
And Supervisor Cavucci?
Aye.
Resolution passes.
Okay, then, let's see, I have some other town board business referring to Veterans Day, if you want to read your Veterans.
Sure. Assemblyman Beffin's inaugural Veteran and Family Winter Coat Drive is coming up. The donation period is between October 10th and December 1st. The drop-off locations from 9 to 4 p.m. at the Rec Office, 4 Main Street, Poquag, New York, 12570. Again, that's Monday through Thursday. And that's pretty much it.
Thank you. And then on behalf of the town board, I'd like to share some appropriate quotes that highlight our appreciation for our veterans for Veterans Day. Ronald Reagan, and I'm going to paraphrase a little bit, I hope he forgives me. Some people live an entire lifetime and wonder if they have ever made a difference in the world, but veterans don't have that problem. He said Marines, I've just broadened it a little bit. Abraham Lincoln, any nation that does not honor its heroes will not long endure. G.K. Chesterton, the true soldier fights not because he hates what's in front of him, but because he loves what's behind him. George S. Patton, Jr. The highest obligation and privilege of citizenship is that of bearing arms for one's country. Daniel Webster. Their remembrance be as lasting as the land they honored. George Washington. The willingness with which our young people are likely to serve in any war, no matter how justified, shall be directly proportional to how they perceive the veterans of earlier wars were treated and appreciated by their nation. In closing, bless our veterans abundantly for the hardships they faced, for the sacrifices they made, for their many different contributions to Americans' victories over tyranny and oppression. We respect them, we thank them, we honor them, and we're proud of them. And hopefully next Veterans Day, we're going to have finished our tribute to each branch of the Armed Forces in Remembrance Park. It's under construction now, and I'm looking forward to having that project completed. It's an important project, and I wanted to remember all of our veterans and especially thank them this year, especially with all the turmoil in the world and what's going on. Their families make a sacrifice, they make a sacrifice, and it is extremely appreciated by this town board, by this town, and by our country. With that, does anybody else have anything? Okay. We have a special town board meeting scheduled for tomorrow night, Thursday, November 9th at 7 p.m. And right now, and then our next regular town board meeting is Tuesday, November 28th, 2023 at 7 p.m. And now we'll move to public comments. Bill Crane?
Bill Crane, 254 Gardner Hollow Road. On Mondays, 7 of us sent a letter. We wrote a letter to the DEC about the logging and protected species, and I'd like the board to be aware of the letter that a lot of us on Gardner Hollow Road wrote. It's to the Lisa Massey, Region 3, our region of the DEC. Dear Miss Massey, we are residents of Gardner Hollow Road in Poquag, New York, who have been deeply concerned about the logging of over 200 acres of beautiful forest at the top of our road. The logging took place this winter and spring on property owned by Starkdale Farm in Dover, adjacent to the West Mountain State Forest. The forest, in its totality, is cherished by many residents in our region. It provides habitats to a variety of wildlife, including 3 state or federally protected species: the Indiana bat, the bog turtle, and the New England cottontail rabbit. When discussing the matter with the DEC staff, we learned that logging is permitted so long as it occurs while endangered or threatened species are dormant. But what happens to the animals when they awaken in the spring? They will find that their homes are gone. This is not protection. We urge the DEC to change its policy and to forbid all logging at any time of the year in forests in which protected species reside. So we sent the letter to the DEC, the governor, copies to the governor and the commissioner of the DEC, Senator Rollison, Senator Harkham, and Assembly Member Rosenthal. So we want you to be aware of this, and I'll give a copy.
That'd be great. I was just going to ask for a copy. I'd appreciate that.
And if you want to follow up in any way with whomever you think is important.
I will, because I share your concern about that logging for my endangered Gardner Hollow Bridge. So we share an interest there. Thank you.
Okay, Leonard?
Couple of things. One is to remind everybody about the dinner with the turkeys at the Safe Haven Animal and Sanctuary, 254 Garden Hollow Road, the Saturday before Thanksgiving, starting at 12 o'clock noon, running until 2 p.m. I understand that there will be some other activities taking place, and as we get closer to the date, more and more things are going to happen, like raffles and stuff like that. I want to congratulate the supervisor on her uncontested win in the election. I don't understand why the results of the elections were not always out there. For example, I know Figueredo won. I know, for example, Sue Serino, who really likes the vets, won. But I don't know who on the town board was elected. I'm going to assume, but I don't want to make an assumption of who those people were, and I haven't been able to locate it online anywhere. So if at some point I would hope that those people would be recognized. Remember our veterans on Veterans Day? Even if there's not going to be a service down there, or if you see somebody with a hat on or something like that, please feel free to thank them. And also, something that doesn't ever come up at a town board meeting is that there is a veterans office on Route 44 in Pleasant Valley, which is dedicated for any vet who has a problem, needs food, needs medical care, needs mental care. It's all in that one area. And the other last thing I have, so that I don't overdo my time, would be that we know that there was a lot of expenses going to be paid out for the highway department, and I know that Tony's trying to do the very best he can with what he has. I would hope that he would be given the opportunity to come to the town board meeting and make a presentation or a report of what's going on in the highway department, especially with the onslaught of bad weather. Thank you.
Doug DeMasi?
D.D. DeMasi, Senior, Beekman Road. Mary, the last meeting I was here, I asked you if I could meet with you about the bills and the lawsuits that was filed, and you told me anytime. I wasn't able to make it the following day. I called up, I apologize. I dropped a note and called your office a couple times. When can we meet that I can go over those bills, please?
The lawsuit that you're talking about is a private lawsuit, is my understanding, that was filed in Orange County, that the town of Beekman is not part of that lawsuit.
So in other words, you're telling me the town of Beekman has not been paying any of those bills?
I'm asking you, is that the lawsuit you're speaking of?
I'm speaking about the lawsuit that was filed in Dutchess County. It was filed in Dutchess County, 2020-50731, and it was filed by past employees of the town, except for Ken Stanger, against Patty and I. And Patty and I won. We can all agree Patty is a better and smarter one.
Actually, you haven't won.
Excuse me?
Let me correct that. What I've been told is that you actually haven't won. That in fact, the case is still pending, that you have not complied with discovery phase in terms of providing the materials that they have requested. And so it's not settled, it has nothing to do with our town, and you have not won.
Well, I was told I was one because they were suing Patty and I for $3 million and they lost. Now Patty and I are going after them for damages.
Okay. Well, you've not provided anything in discovery, so I'm not going to debate that.
No, Mary,
just let me explain. The town board has nothing to do with it. We're not going to meet in discussing this particular lawsuit.
I ask you, is the town of Beekman paying for their defense? That's
And
what I'm
what you
asking.
can do is make a FOIL request.
I did.
Okay, for that lawsuit?
Yes, I did.
Okay, well then it'll be answered.
And Mary, it was transferred to Orange County.
I know, I have that information.
Well, that's true, and I did fill out for the discovery
Okay.
and everything else that I was supposed to do.
Okay.
And the last thing that I want to ask...
And then you'll get your answer in the FOIL request.
That'll be fine, thank you. And then the last question is do you still stand by when Paul Ackerman was talking on March 20th, 1919, that the money, that the $40,000 that Greg Brown received was in fact for overtime that he didn't get paid for and for vacation time that he didn't take? Are you still standing by Paul Ackerman's statement? Because after Paul spoke, you wouldn't take any questions.
I don't, this is your time for public
All
comment.
right, well, I'm asking you...
You know, this is a
said-
topic that I'm going to be clear on. You know, that you have beaten a dead horse to death. It has been proven repeatedly. You tried to bring a criminal investigation, went through it with Detective Wilkinson from the Dutchess County Sheriff. You've tried to involve the New York State Police, and they were not interested in it. So you know what the answer to that is. I'm not going to deal with it.
I don't know what the answer is.
No. You tend to like to keep coming back year after year, beating a dead horse to death. I'm not going to discuss it. Done.
So you're not going to discuss it?
No.
All right.
I'm confused as to which lawsuit this is, because Mr. DeMasi had so many against the town.
I know.
Which one is it?
This one isn't against the town.
This-
This one
okay.
is the attorneys that had
Sued
an
Patty
issue
and I
with
for $3 million.
Right.
And they lost. They didn't get a
They did
dime.
not lose.
Well,
It's still going, and you haven't,
It
you
is
should be
still
spending
going.
your time getting the paperwork that court has requested from
I
you.
have given my paperwork to the court. And by
You have not.
And by you reading off this stuff tells me that they inform you right away, correct?
I'm just telling you, you have not
You're
done,
telling-
you've not complied
You're
with
telling
your request.
everybody here that you're reading information
No.
that's saying I didn't hand in the discovery.
Have you
Your
handed
word.
in, have
I
you
did
hand-
hand it in.
the complete
I did.
discovery?
I handed in.
I think you ought to
complete-
check on that.
I
Yeah,
was told it was
almost 22
complete,
seconds.
and you're telling me
20
that I
seconds.
didn't.
I
this
think
tells
you
me-
should check on it.
So this tells me that they keep you informed of everything that's going on with the lawsuit that was carried over from Dutchess County, that is
To
now
Orange
in
County.
Orange County. That's EF 000-293-20.
I believe we're long beyond the 3 minutes?
Yes.
Okay, we're done. We're done. Thanks a
You've
bunch.
answered me, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, with that, I'm going to make a motion to close the town board meeting.
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Safe travels home, everyone.